Hey guys, so tonight we're gonna be playing some more Rainbow Six Siege. It's Friday night, and yeah, it's quite late. It is past 6 a.m. at the time of starting this stream. So I found that lately my average time for starting streams is like around 5. Um, Sometimes I stream as late as 6, so yeah, this is a later stream. It's already almost fully light outside, it seems. The home screen in Siege this season is pretty bright as well, so I'm sure there's a lot of light coming off the TV, but yeah, I have the lights off in the house, and I don't even need to turn them on. It is certainly bright enough between my TV screen and the light already coming in through the windows. So yeah, we're doing Siege tonight. We will see how that goes. We're going to be doing some more ranked and stuff, obviously. I didn't stream last night, so I didn't stream for Thursday this week. It would have been Diablo 4, which I've only streamed once since I decided to return to that game. I bought the DLC for Diablo 4, I think maybe around a month ago now, and I was kind of playing it just a little bit off camera, and then I decided to start streaming it again. So I think like 2 weeks ago on Tuesday, I streamed Diablo 4. But then just this week, I've kind of changed up the schedule a lot with the addition of Doom the Dark Ages, and I took off Dragon Age. I shuffled around some of the nights that I'm going to be streaming different games. And yeah, as for Diablo 4, the plan is to stream that on Thursday nights. But I didn't stream last night, I was pretty tired. I also fell asleep pretty early, like by accident, which I've been doing more lately. I guess I'm just more tired. I don't know. I saw someone in chat. I'm just pulling up the stream on my phone here. Tojin, welcome to the stream. I don't know if I said that right. Yo, Nicole, what are you doing right now? I don't know who Nicole is. I don't know who you are either, but must be some joke or something here I'm not really getting. Anyways, yeah. It's you, Protein Shake. You're Nicole from school, no? Don't think so. You might have me confused with someone else. Anyways, we're doing Siege. I think the stream went pretty well last week. I don't really remember. I don't really know. All I know is that we're still in copper here, and we're trying to make it to at least bronze this season, hopefully. You sure? She says 5'1", brown hair. You look like a Nicole, not gonna lie. Yeah, you might have got the height a little off. Nicole sounds like she's about almost a foot shorter than me, but yeah, maybe. You never know. You never know, man. Anyways, I'm going to start the party like I always do. Not sure if anyone's going to be joining at 6 o'clock or not, but we'll see. Also, I saw this on Instagram. This new elite outfit for Wamai. Director of Acquisitions. Someone was saying this looks like every other Womai outfit or something, and then someone else pointed out how there's like one other outfit that Womai has that actually looks like this, and I think that's true. Womai has like one other outfit that kind of has this style, and I guess people associate that with all of Womai's outfits looking like this. I don't know. Either way, not the best looking elite, I think. Maybe others would disagree. Remember when you pushed my disabled brother down the slide and he broke his knee? I don't know if I remember that either, but I mean, it's not impossible, right? Especially if we were drunk or something. I might not fully remember it. Let me go start this party. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, party started. I wouldn't even bother sending a message here. So we'll give it like a minute just to see if anyone's gonna join. If not, we can start with a solo queue tonight. I'm pretty sure the last few streams I've done on this game we've had other people joining. Actually, I think we had a few people last week. I know Prince was there. I don't remember who else. Yeah, I think we had like a 4-stack last week, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to remember. I'm also like really tired today, and I don't really know why. I was mentioning it earlier, how I fell asleep early by accident yesterday. You guys know I always stay up until the morning, so last night I fell asleep at like 2:30, like accidentally. I wasn't trying to fall asleep that early. 2:30 a.m. And I probably would have streamed Diablo if I hadn't fallen asleep. But I did, and then I slept until 6:30 p.m. today. So I slept for 16 hours. And then, even today when I woke up, almost 12 hours ago now, I was still pretty exhausted, and I actually did the same thing tonight, but more of a nap. Rather than a 16-hour sleep, I fell asleep for about, I don't know, 3 hours. So woke up a little while ago and decided I want to do a Siege stream tonight, or this morning, but yeah, I'm still exhausted and my sleep schedule is crazy. Anyways, no one's joined yet, so let's queue up a game here, and then I'll read more chat. Copper 3. Atojan says, remember when you duct taped me on that red leather chair and took me hostage? That sounds pretty sus. Everyone always talks about the red leather chair. New viewers, old viewers, everyone loves the red chair. The idea of taking someone hostage on it with duct tape sounds interesting. Salinity, welcome to the stream. Bronze 3, what's going on, brother? Copper 3, actually, you're mistaken. Bronze 3. I can only dream of Bronze 3 this season. I mean, we still have a little bit left. Not really, actually. We have less than a month left this season. So, yeah, we need to get some wins. Otherwise, I actually am not even going to make it to Copper this season. Tojin was telling me to respond. Salinity says, oh, Copper, not Bronze, my bad. Tojin says, you killed my aunt on that chair. It used to be white. We both know it. You're saying that this whole chair used to be white, and now it just looks like it's completely red because I killed your aunt on it? It's a lot of blood. Guess anything's possible. Speaking of which, I just had a nosebleed tonight actually, so it's kind of funny you reference that. When I was talking about how I took a nap for a few hours, like, you know, not long ago, when I woke up, I had like a nosebleed in bed. Crisis averted. I was able to, you know, do the Kleenex trick pretty quickly, but yeah, I had a nosebleed like within the last hour. Salinity says, I'm not even level 50 yet, trying to get ranked, so I can actually care about the game. And Atoshin said, yes, you killed her in a violent attack. A violent, premeditated attack, assuming she was duct taped to the chair. And as for caring about the game, it's been a while since I would say I like actually cared about this game. At least like cared about my ranks or cared about, you know, doing good. I still like care about this game. You know, I still play it once a week. I still enjoy streaming this game. But yeah, I do not play this game consistently enough anymore to really care about ranked or whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, I used to when I was able to get to at least silver and gold. I used to care about ranked more. So for someone who's fairly new to the game and hasn't reached level 50 before, I can see how you'd be eager to get to that point so that you can care about the game or whatever. Because yeah, before you ever start playing ranked, when you first get into ranked, I guess it seems a lot more important than later on after you've been doing it for years. I don't even really remember what that feels like, to be honest, playing this game without playing any ranked. I remember thinking ranked was really weird when I first played it. I was like, because there's some subtle differences between quick match or whatever. I think at first I actually felt that ranked games were like too long, like first to 4 or 5 or whatever. I think I remember feeling that the ranked games went on for too long. But now ranked matches feel like the standard, you know? If I play quick match, it feels like it's too quick. Quick match just feels like a little mini game nowadays. And I know they have unranked now for people that are below level 50. You can probably play unranked from like what, level 10? So I don't even think unranked was a thing before I started playing ranked. Anyways, let's get going here. So we'll see. Tonight might be a solo queue stream, or we might get some people on soon. Like I said, it's pretty late. People are either fast asleep by now, or they're just waking up. For anyone considering it morning right now and not night, it'd be Saturday morning, so I don't know too many people that are eager to wake up before 7 on a Saturday, but I'm sure some people do it. Looks like all of my teammates are roaming. That's cool. Atoshin said it's Wednesday, bro Chacho. You're trying to confuse me? Oh, we got someone in party. Is that comp? All Zen, no skill. What's up, man?
Op 4, last stop standing.
You're not gonna play? Oh, Jesus Christ. My teammates just saved me.
Hostiles eliminated.
Storming. Apparently it was storming here too, but I don't really know, because I took a nap. Someone texted me. You thought a tree fell on your house? Damn. I did, it was that bad here, I don't know. Someone texted me, they said, is it storming over there? And I was like, what? I think I remember hearing it rain or something, but... Yeah, I just started up a stream, I mean, it's pretty late. But Tojan said, you remember when you said my uncle was a dumb widow, and then you duct taped him to our downstairs kitchen chair and killed him in the brazen bowl, and it melted the metal legs? I'm reading chat. Someone's talking about me brazen bullying his uncle in the kitchen. I'm not really sure. And this sounds like something that would happen in like my dream.
Secure the bombs.
Alright, I'll see you later then, comp. Okay, I don't know if comp has a voice showing on or not. He was just saying that he came to say hi, but not to have some play. Alright, let's get like a razor bloom here.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds and counting. You must protect your bombs from being defused by Op 4.
What are people doing? Like, what is this Valk doing? You find some weird stuff in copper lobbies, you know? Everyone's doing all sorts of weirdness. People just randomly shooting at walls. Some people are really bad, some people are really good. You know, copper lobbies are just kind of a weird cesspool, you could say. Get a little bit of everything. I just heard a window break. How did I get an assist on that nitro? Did one of my razor blooms must have went off first. Okay, people are dying.
4 has located the bomb.
Reloading! Cover me!
1 Op 4 remaining.
Alright, one left.
Op 4 eliminated.
Yeah, I guess this Goyo is smoking everyone. He's got ACOG on the Vector. Not bad recoil control there. Do we think he's a real copper? Maybe. Maybe. Might switch it up. I've been trying to play Thorn, but overall I'm not seeing a lot of action here. I don't have any deaths yet either, so let's just go with like, let's try Solus. I haven't played her in a while. Let's go some Solus. We'll see what happens there. pretty much chugged that whole glass of Coke.
Secure the
Poured
bomb.
that just before I started streaming. Pretty thirsty today. You know, I think I have a theory that sleeping actually makes you thirstier. I think that while you sleep, you get thirstier, and then when you wake up, you're always like thirsty. Because I don't know anyone who isn't like kind of thirsty when they wake up, you know? A lot of people wake up and drink some water or drink some coffee or whatever.
10 seconds.
I think I'm always pretty much thirsty when I wake up, sometimes more than others.
5 seconds left.
And I think sleeping 16 hours a day makes you a pretty thirsty, makes you a pretty thirsty person. Probably. That makes sense, right? So I'm wondering if they've changed Solus's ability or not. I feel like there's a few operators that have had kind of like reworked abilities since I last played them, and things are kind of different.
Electrosensor active.
I don't know if I'm tripping or if Solus's ability is a little bit different, because it's looking different to me.
1 op 4 remaining.
So you have this like pulse scanner, but it's for attacker gadgets. You can overclock it now. I think I remember them adding that, but I don't know what it does. Yeah, I don't know what the overclock does. And then there's some sort of consumable aspect to it. I have 3 of whatever. That's some sort of scan, right?
Specchio active.
Is that what the overclock is? So I have 3 overclocks. And what? It just makes this thing have like maximum range temporarily, or what? I don't really know how that works. Yeah, not gonna lie, I have no clue how Solus works these days, but I feel like she's not that different. I don't know, man. Sounds like the attacker's this way.
Electrosensor.
Trying to break hatches or something? It's ran. Oh, we killed teammate here.
One friendly operator
Damn,
remaining.
killed me too. Did I even hit him there? Cause basically shot at him as soon as I saw him, but he was ready. Let's get the ACOG. Let's hope Valkyrie doesn't throw.
Seconds. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds to go. A bomb has been located by Op 4.
Just planting. Nice.
You've reached the time limit.
That's one way to close a round. Why isn't it showing a replay? Don't you hate when the game does this? That's a glitch, right? We've established that by now. That's a glitch that the game hasn't patched in, I don't know, 3 years. I don't think it's ever supposed to do that when the camera just seemingly is in the wall or something. Why couldn't it show the replay there of somebody getting impacted to close a round? Rusty Shackleford, welcome to the stream. Is that a real name? Sounds like it could be. Let's go with Rora. Oh yeah, we're getting carried by one guy. Well, they are too, to be honest. Demon Fendi. Rusty says no, lol. Yeah, I was just saying it could be, maybe there's one person out there named Rusty Shackelford, but you
You
know,
need to locate a bomb.
from King of the Hill, Dale Gribble. I don't know what King of the Hill is or who Dale Gribble is. Are you saying that Dale Gribble's your real name? What do you mean by the King of the Hill? Is there a specific like game called King of the Hill or something? Usually, King of the Hill is a certain game
10
mode that
seconds
some
to
games
insertion.
have. Like I think Call of Duty still has a King of the Hill sort of thing.
5 seconds to insertion.
I don't know, man.
You must locate and defuse a bomb.
I don't know. King of the Hill is a TV show, like The Simpsons. Wait, really?
You located a bomb.
There's a show like The Simpsons called King of the Hill? Why have I never heard of that? Maybe I have and I'm just too tired tonight or this morning. I don't know. I feel like I've never heard of an adult cartoon called King of the Hill. It sounds kind of crazy. Bro,
Op 4 last operator.
how did I not do this? I literally was pre-firing that castle so hard because I had an LMG. I didn't take my finger off the trigger. But he was still able to just, turn around and kill me without even getting hit. It didn't look like he got hit there. I don't know. Either way, somehow we still won 4-0. So we got carried by some randoms. Got carried by an Xboxer. Alright, whatever. That was our warm-up game. 4-0 wins, so can't go wrong with that. Copper 2. Might be my first time in Copper 2 this season. I'm still making a lot more RP off a win than I'm losing off a loss. But I think the win-loss is pretty much, I don't know, neutral at this point. I think it was like 0.9. We'll check. We'll check. Yeah, 1.0 win-loss, 0.8 KD. So the win-loss implies that I have the same amount of wins and losses so far out of played games this season. Got a battle pass leveler too. I guess we can check this out. Oh yeah, I was going for the free Aurora headgear. Alright, let's check out the headgear for Aurora. Resilient Spirit. Probably just her normal face, but with those glasses. I think every single operator in this game has at least one headgear that's just them wearing glasses, which makes sense from what we know about, special operatives or anti-terrorism folk. They love their sunglasses. Also, Aurora's already kind of wearing like goggles. They're kind of like semi-sunglasses, From one angle, it looks like she's wearing normal goggles, and then another angle, it looks like she actually just has like yellow sunglasses. So how different are the ones I just got? Okay, they're more just like actual sunglasses, They always like orange like that. I guess that's cooler. Resilient Spirit. I don't know what uniform goes with that, but I probably won't be able to get it. It's probably a premium, not a free part of the battle pass. Which I haven't owned the premium in over a year now, I think. Actually, no, I think it was exactly a year ago. Because this is year 10, season 2. I think year 9, season 2, I had the premium battle pass, but that was the last one. So a year ago was the last premium battle pass that I had. I don't know if I love this background on Aurora. This one might be cooler. Digitalized brightness. Of course, I got badges. I can put a badge on there. Clutched. I was talking about this before, how I wish you could auto-equip this onto everyone because badges are a new thing. I only have one badge in the game so far, even though I probably should have all of them. Carnivorous bite. This is the drone skin I have on Aurora. Do we want something cooler? It looks better on her, I don't know. Let's try this one. Kleptoparasite. Matches the new orange shades I got. Alright, I'm not gonna look at any other customization for now. It's good enough. No one else joined the party or anything, so I guess we'll queue up for another solo queue game. Let's see if that goes differently. And I'm gonna read chat here. We'll see what else Rusty Shackelford is saying. I can't tell if you're messing with me. I play basically every night if I'm not drawing stuff. You mean you play Siege nightly, but you also like to draw, so if you're not drawing then you play Siege? And also, I don't know what you meant by you can't tell if I'm messing with you. I can see how maybe it sounds like I was messing with you just based on the way I'm talking, because I genuinely am really tired tonight and I feel like I'm not really... I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of drunk, even though I haven't had anything to drink in at least 48 hours. Yeah, let me look it up. Let me just look up, like, King of the Hill TV show, because I feel like I've never heard of it. Can't tell if you're messing with me on the King of the Hill thing. Yeah, let me look it up. No biggie. Maybe I'll like recognize it once I see it, and then I'll be like, oh, like it'll kind of like unlock a memory in my brain or something. We'll find out. I'll just search up King of the Hill. I'm assuming it's a newer thing, because if it's an older thing and I don't know about it, then that really doesn't make sense. King of the Hill. $1997. Bro, this is as old as The Simpsons is. Okay, I recognize like the characters, if that makes sense. I recognize like the artwork or whatever, art style. At least the main character. I feel like I've seen pictures of him before, but I've never heard a TV show called King of the Hill before. Like, I'm being genuine. So somehow I've seen this show. Well, I don't know if I've actually seen the show at all, but I've seen pictures of it. But I'd never actually heard of it. And apparently it's old, but it just got revived or something. So maybe that's why you were talking about it. So 1997, but it just got revived now or something? I'm not really sure how that happened. Okay, so King of the Hill is getting a reboot this year. That's what it's saying on Google. Somehow I've never actually heard of the show, even though I've seen it. I don't know if I've ever watched it at all. I've never been too into like adult cartoon shows. They can be funny sometimes. Okay, good game. Good thing the game gave me Aurora by default. Also, I notice how like I rarely ever see any other like characters operator portraits with the badges either. I have one teammate here who has a badge, but other than that, I've like almost never seen other portraits with badges. So it just must not be a popular thing right now in game. I guess because they just added it. And the badges are things that you have to work for, like with progress. I'm pretty sure whatever badge I have, it's called clutched. I don't remember how I got it, but it's just like the bronze one or whatever. I think you can get better versions of it as you do more within that category. So I don't know, maybe at some point I'll have like 3 gold badges on all my characters, but considering it doesn't take stuff that you've already done, it just takes new stuff that you do going forward since they've added the badges. It's going to be hard to actually earn a lot of them.
We need to locate a bomb.
Rusty said you'll know it. It's been around forever. My name is from the show. So Rusty Shackleford is a character in King of the Hill then, I assume. If you're ever looking to squad up, I'm on almost every night. Having someone who talks would be helpful. Pretty sure you get clutched for winning the round as the last alive. Oh, that's cool. That means I've been pulling some genuine clutches.
10 seconds before
That's
insertion.
weird that that's the only badge I have so far, because
5 seconds to
I
insertion.
can't say that's something I do often in this game.
Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it.
Anyways, yeah, you can send me a friend request if you want, Rusty. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream tonight, considering no one else is on. I might not play too much more, but I can add you to my group chat. You could certainly join next week. I usually stream this game once a week on Friday nights / Saturday morning. Don't usually stream too long these days, but I can if we have more people around. Sometimes I'll go for a longer one. Oh, he wasn't even down. I thought I downed him, but he was just... That guy just went prone. I really need to reload this thing. There's a lot of bullets.
You have dropped the diffuser.
Here, the last defender. Oh, they got him.
Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
Alright, we got one kill in there. I think I only died like once or twice last game, but I didn't get any kills, so... Yeah, we gotta be getting at least a few kills in here. Gotta bring the KD up as well as the win-loss. If we want any hopes of at least bronze this season. With the limited amount of ranked I play weekly. Dale Gribble is a character on the show who's a paranoid conspiracy theorist. He never uses his real name, always says he's Rusty Shackleford. So Dale Gribble and Rusty Shackleford are the same person. An alias. Alter ego. I'm a chicken with autism. Welcome to the stream. He says, can I 1v1 you please? I'm not opposed to, 1v1s, but not tonight. On stream I usually just stick to ranked. But if you want, you can send me a friend request and we could maybe I'll do like a 1v1 stream or something at some point. I don't know. People are always asking me for 1v1s. I'm not exactly a high rank player, so I don't know why people want to 1v1 me so much, but yeah, I mean, I'm no stranger to customs. I used to do them more in the past. I'd be down to maybe get back into that at some point.
Need to use your drone
Rusty
to
said,
locate a
yes
bomb.
sir. Well, King of the Hill certainly sounds like an interesting show. When I just looked it up now, all the pictures I saw were like a bunch of people just sitting around in a backyard with a barbecue or something. I don't know if it's just like a normal like suburban backyard show or what. King of the Hill, I think it's more of like a medieval or a fantasy term, you know, like whoever's in charge of like a conflicting nation or something like that. maybe like a kingdom that's constantly having war or whatever. Just like the person who's currently the king or in charge is the king of the hill, and somehow that's translated into a video game term. I'm pretty sure in Call of Duty it's still a game mode, King of the Hill, but I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Setting up a sequential breach.
You located a
These
bomb.
defenders are being really like offensive for a defense team, you know? Setting up all these holes and everything. They're trying to kill us before we even get in. It's not working out too well for them, Jesus. These kids keep trying to push this. This is a really good angle for me. This is kind of like what people mean when my fellow defenders hate it when I'm putting like deployable shields up on the door or whatever. Because you're giving the attackers just as much of a good angle as well. Teammate got razor bloomed here. Let's help him up. We're getting shot at. One left. Zombie. She's one tap. One tap, bruh. There we go.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Yeah, I helped with the switch up, and she was like awkwardly staring at me or something when I helped her up. But I was trying to kill the kid over in logistics. It was a barely alive zombie who was able to headshot me or something. I'm gonna keep going Aurora though, even though I don't often find useful situations to use her ability. I like her LMG, you know? The M249. Probably the most popular LMG, like, of all time. Just in general. It's a pretty good LMG in this game. Got the ACOG on there. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with an M249. Rusty said, it's made by the guy who made Beavis and Butthead. King of the Hill is a parody of Texas conservatives. It's pretty dang funny. A parody of Texas conservatives, eh? Parody of the old Texan lifestyle. Yeah, it could be funny. I don't know. Like I said, I don't usually watch shows like that.
We need to locate
It's
a
not
bomb.
really, I don't know. Overall, I don't really watch like a lot of comedy TV shows, I guess. I like comedy movies, but not that I watch comedy movies regularly either, but yeah, with TV shows, usually like comedy shows don't really get my attention as much.
Your drone has found
Whenever I watch any sort of like funny TV shows, just like, you know, sitcoms or like adult cartoons like that, it's usually just when it's on or something.
10 seconds to go.
I don't know, like at the dentist office or something like that. It's the only place I can think of recently where I watched a show like that.
Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it.
I feel like whenever I go to the dentist now, they have like a TV set up with Netflix, and they like ask me what I want to watch, but I can't like think of something on the spot, so they just throw on like some adult cartoon show like that, Family Guy or something. It's kind of funny. It's like the only time I watch shows like that. There we go. I thought that was a Clash at first. I was wondering why that kid was just sitting on the window and he didn't even start shooting right away. I thought it had to have been a Clash. But that was just some dude who had a really bad reaction time, I guess. Why wasn't he shooting? He was ready for that. He planned that out. We can really lock down a site with Aurora. I'm 36. I grew up watching it. Dale Gribble is my spirit animal. LOL. I just turned 21 2 days ago, so I didn't really grow up on a lot of older shows like that. I grew up on like Teletoon. I remember watching Teletoon on TV when I was a kid. You on Xbox? No, PlayStation. But I'm able to play with the Xbox, you know, with crossplay and stuff.
Op 4 last stop standing. Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
Are you like Canadian or something? Yes. I'm a little bit confused as to how you figured that out. You let me know. Because when I swear to God, whenever somebody guesses that I'm Canadian, they always have a different reason why. Like there's never one reason that just everyone knows that I'm Canadian. People just figure it out sometimes. I don't really know how. So you let me know how you you figured out that I'm Canadian. That explains it, your accent. Really? So when I said that everyone has a different reason, there is one reason that comes up a few times, and it's accent, but it's always like a different thing that gave it away. What did I say that sounded Canadian? Some people catch me saying A, which most of the time I say it sarcastically. It's the way you say words like out. Really? A lot of Americans say that Canadians pronounce kind of like the OU with like just a Canadian accent, you know? To me, the Canadian accent doesn't really exist. I think that most Americans sound the same as Canadians. You know, we just sound like normal, like Eastern or Northern Americans, but somehow we have like a little bit of an accent, like a slight accent, and I don't know, man. I guess I just have a Canadian accent because some people are able to figure it out. Some people just know. They say out like out. Yeah, I don't feel like I overpronounce like the W that comes out of like an OU like that, but it must be true because a lot of people have been able to figure that out.
That will slow them.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know if out is usually the word that gives it away. Some people have said like that Canadians say like the word house or mouse in like a really Canadian way.
Op
Or
4 has
about.
located a
As
bomb.
far as I know,
Ready for
Canadians say about
Op 4 has
exactly the
located
same as
a bomb.
Americans.
Ready for hostile action.
But a lot of people say that Canadians like underpronounce kind of the W sound in the OU, you know? They say that Canadians say a boot and not about. Which I never say a boot. I've never heard any other Canadian say it either. Tell me about it. I don't know, it's funny, man. Not that I'm like anonymously Canadian, but if I was like trying to pretend I was American or something, that would just be so funny. Like, people calling me out like, nah, you're Canadian, bro. What did I just get hit by? I think Grim just hit me with the canister, like that shoots out all that stuff. I think he just shot me directly with it, which is absolutely hilarious. Grim legit shot me straight up with his canister. I'm imagining he was on hatch and he just had it out and he wasn't able to switch in time, so he just shot me with the gadget. It did 5 damage. I need to get revenge on him now. That wasn't nice. That was not cool. What are all these things that got, what is that, like a Bravo? I don't even know. That guy's already dead. It's only me and this teammate left, we're screwed. Bro, I couldn't even kill the window hopper.
All friendlies were eliminated.
This IQ is down to her last sliver. That's unfortunate. Okay, I'm still positive, but like, I definitely should have killed at least one kid that round. I should have been able to kill that IQ. It's not cool. I'm gonna go with Kapkan again though. You know, whenever Kapkan's not banned, I like to take advantage of that. He's a pretty good operator in ranked. Usually get free kills off of his ability. Rusty says it's very similar, but there's subtle differences. I watch a lot of comedians, and a lot come from Canada, so I'm used to hearing it. Canada is Chile hating. Just explain the not knowing King of the Hill thing. Oh. So that's why you said that explains it. I thought you were like really like questioning my accent or something since joining the stream. But you were saying that explains the not knowing King of the Hill. I'd say most of the media we see as Canadians comes from the US. I'd say 90% of stuff that we watch is from the US, but maybe King of the Hill is just more of a American known show. I'm not sure. There's certain brands and stuff that we really just do not know in Canada because we don't have them in Canada, but any sort of American like TV show or movie, I'm pretty sure we have access to everything in Canada. Same with games, obviously. There's actually a lot of games that are Canadian that Americans play and don't know are Canadian. Cough Cough Rainbow Six Siege is a Canadian game. They make it in Montreal. Ubisoft Montreal, which I'm pretty sure is like the headquarters.
Be advised, Op 4 has found a bomb.
Where's that drone? I just saw him. Don't be trying to get away from me.
10 seconds. 5 seconds to insertion.
Device set. ADS deployed.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for hostile action.
Here it's as big as The Simpsons. Personally, I love Canadian stuff like Trailer Park Boys, and to a lesser extent, Letterkenny. I don't know. I don't know what Letterkenny is. I know Trailer Park Boys, obviously, but I don't think I've actually watched it. I just know what it is. I wasn't really sure that was Canadian, to be honest. Oh crap! I haven't even set up all my Kapkans yet. I'm still putting this down. It's for safekeeping. Even though there's a frost mat there. Yo, this Bravo's trying to hack the frost mat. Yeah, shoot that Bravo drone. It already hacked my Kapkans. There we go. Got the repeller. Of course, they got this Bravo again. Bro. Is it bulletproof now? Can you not shoot Bravo drones? There we go. This kid on the red stairs, I heard him coming.
Op 4, last operator standing.
Just wasn't sure which side. There we go, very nice. Very nice. That was a clean hip fire with the secondary shotgun too. Okay, considering both games we've played tonight were very fast, I think I'll go for a third one. So if anyone wants to join for one more game, let me know. Otherwise, I'll solo queue our third game tonight, and then And then I'll probably end the stream there. Play more next week. Maybe I'll start earlier. Okay, almost copper 1. We got another battle pass level 20. KD's still 0.8. Even though I was positive last game, what was I, like 5 and 3? Forgot to check. Win-loss is 1.1 now. I haven't had a positive win-loss in a while. That's pretty good. 1.1. I'll try to keep that up. Battle pass level. I think just 1. So I got this free rower headgear. Do I even want to keep going this way? It's a free celebration pack there. It'd be better if we go this direction. That's a regular alpha pack. Who needs those, right? There's a celebration pack here too. Oh, there's actually several. Okay, we can go down. Let's bust this, yeah, let's blow this breach, you know what I'm saying? There we go. Bust the breach. Can I get this one? Nah, we need another tier for that. Alright, that's fine. So there's a free alpha pack. There's also a free celebration pack here. And another free alpha pack. Okay, we got a lot of free stuff here. Free celebration pack on that side. Alright, we'll start going through here then over the next month or whatever, I don't know. Try to get some more free rewards. Anyways, I am going to do one more game. So, I know Rusty, you were asking to play or something. If you want, you can join for one game. You're also asking if I'm on Xbox. If you're on Xbox, I won't be able to add you to the group chat on PlayStation, but like we can still play through Ubisoft and you can still add me. Just trying to find the last thing I read here. Definitely Canadian. Trailer Park Boys are in Nova Scotia. Letterkenny is supposed to be in the farmland of Canada. Farmland of Canada implies like Saskatchewan, which Americans can never pronounce correctly. And I've actually been to Nova Scotia in real life. That's, I'm in Ontario, which is considered, you know, east. But Nova Scotia is like real east. I think their time zone is actually either a half an hour or sometimes a full hour ahead if you're like as east as you can get. So I've been down to Scotia before. I didn't know that Trailer Park Boys took place there. I'm in bed watching you until I pass out, otherwise I'd join you. There's a ton of celebration packs, got a lot of black ice from them. What's your Ubisoft's name? Okay, so that means you're not going to join tonight, but you can in the future, so let me pull up my Ubisoft name. I think it's my old PSN name, actually. Yeah, Nemesis with the 22. So NEM22ESIS. You can see that on screen, capital N. Just search that up on Ubisoft, you can add me. And, I mean, next week if you're on stream, you can let me know, and then I can pull up the Ubisoft Connect. It should show your friend request or whatever, and then I can invite you. It's a little bit harder to play with people that are on Xbox, but it's not crazy, you know? Usually we can work it out. Usually it's fairly simple to get people from Xbox in here. And they have PC crossplay now with console and Siege, which I never thought they'd actually do. They have it as separate, so your PC rank is separate from your console rank. So I haven't actually played with anyone on PC yet. I said I'd be willing to in the future, but it's a separate rank for the most part, and we're trying to stick with the same ranked pool, you know? Your console rank, so I don't know. If we ever did play with PC players, it'd probably be more for customs or something, probably not ranked. But it's cool that you at least have the ability to do that. So it's something we could do in the future. Got you. I'll add you later today. Alright, sounds good. So yeah, if you're around next week, you can definitely join. We'll just have to add you through Ubisoft, and then if I'm playing with other PlayStation players and we're in a party, we'll have to go to game chat, assuming you have a mic. If you don't have a mic, it doesn't matter, but if you do, then we can go to game chat. And yeah, that's how we used to do it. I haven't played with someone on Xbox for a long time, but we've done it before. I ain't trying to mess with PC, lol. They will mop us up. Yeah, a lot of people talk about how much easier this game is on PC. I've always found myself better on console than PC, but you know, supposedly PC makes first-person shooters a lot easier. Do you stream once a week? I got a mic. Okay, so yeah, if you have a mic, we can do game chat. And I stream this game once a week, but I try to stream nightly. I have a nightly stream schedule. So I try to stream a different game each night. Siege I do on Friday nights, which is Saturday morning in this case. I don't know what time zone you're in. For me, it's 7 a.m. It's East US time. I think most Canadians and most Americans live in the Eastern US time zone. But there's certainly probably a higher percentage of Americans that live in Central or West or Mountain Time. Less Canadians. I'd say probably at least half of everybody that lives in Canada lives in EST. Yeah, I'd say a good 50% of people here live in this time zone. Also, something like 90% of Canadians live like, you know, very close to the US border. There's not really a lot of people living up north. Emerald is fine. We got a clubhouse again. It works. We got someone on our team named Anime Sucks XD. He's probably gonna get a lot of hate mail. Probably. All PlayStation enemy team. We have 2 Xboxers on our team. Rusty says that makes sense. It's 6 a.m. here in Iowa. So Iowa would be Central Time then, just 1 hour behind. I've been to the States before, not Iowa, but I've been to 5 different states. Only 2 of them through the border. Michigan and New York. I've also been to Florida, Nevada, and Hawaii. Because Hawaii counts as a state, of course. Not trying to get political, because I don't care really, but it'd be interesting a Canadian's opinion on Trump. You know, I usually avoid talking about anything political on camera, just because I don't want to be that sort of channel. But I'm okay with a little bit of it, you know? Especially as I'm an adult now. Like here in Canada, I'm able to vote. And I do have opinions about political stuff. It's just, yeah, the political landscape right now is kind of crazy, especially between Canadians and Americans. I'm definitely not one of those Canadians that's like anti-US or whatever, or hates America. A lot of Canadian businesses right now aren't even selling American things, which I guess makes sense with the tariffs and stuff. As for my opinion on Trump, I don't hate Trump like most people do. There's a lot of Canadians, I'd say most Canadians, and a lot of Americans that hate Trump. The only thing I dislike about Trump really is the tariffs. Because to me personally, the tariffs just don't really. I mean, I'm sure they make sense to him, but you know, if I'm looking at it through Trump's shoes or his point of view or whatever, It seems like the tariffs is just a bad decision just for everyone all around. Because they're not helping out the U.S. economy. I know they say it's going to help out the U.S. economy long term. Right now, short term, everybody's getting affected. So it's affected American economy, Canadians, any other countries that have been, tariffed by the U.S. So the tariffs are certainly a huge thing right now. Everybody in Canada talks about them. Everyone hates on the U.S. for it.
You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location.
Overall, the tariffs don't matter to me too much. I'm still pretty young. I don't have a job or anything right now. I'm actually going to be going back to college this year, but for the most part, the tariffs don't really affect me. They could in the future if it keeps up. And yeah, as for Trump himself, I'm definitely not a Trump hater. In terms of an American perspective, like if I was an American, if I was living in the US, I might actually kind of, support Trump or at least agree with him on a few things. But the tariffs, not so much. I think whether I'm American, Canadian, or anything else, I think the tariffs are not the best idea. Anyways, I just realized I should not have come this way.
Diffuser is online.
I whipped out Aurora's gadget there like it was some sort of hard breach, but that's, like forgetting what her ability is. It's not a way to get through a hard wall. Crap. Oh,
Op 4
there's a
neutralized.
frost mat there, it's all good. We're finished up. The frost mat still made the sound effect there, but it didn't, I didn't get downed in it. Alright, we'll go Aurora again. That was a bit of a weird one. I wasn't paying full attention, but I didn't even make it inside before we finished up. I like how rationalized you are. Is that what you meant to say? The spelling was a bit weird. I think the tariff thing is too strong. Strong arm other countries to support us more. I think he will eventually abandon them. So you think Trump will abandon the tariffs? Yeah, he might. I know a lot of people say that Trump is gonna, stick to them or whatever.
Need to use your drone
I don't know
to
about
locate
that.
a
I
bomb.
don't know if he'll abandon them either. Trump usually, when he gets, when he goes a certain way, he usually sticks to it. Trump is known as being more of a strong politician in that way. He sticks to his ideas or backs himself up or whatever, unlike some other politicians, Canadian and American. But yeah, I don't know. I'm in Iowa, so it's all farmland, so mostly conservative. I think Trump's
10
hilarious, and like
seconds to
most
go.
of what he's doing, but I don't get as wrapped up in it as most Americans. Just interesting to
seconds
hear
to
your
go.
opinion on it. Yeah, I agree.
A bomb must be located and
I think
defused.
people should be able to talk about political stuff and their opinions without fear or worry of getting judged by others. So I've kind of, I've kind of debated it myself. If people ask me political stuff on camera, would I be willing to talk about it? And I think I am, because I don't want to be one of those people that has to worry about that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm not a super political person either. I'd say I'm probably more of a conservative person as well, but I don't hate liberal people. I'm not like, I'm not super hard set on conservative ideas or anything either. And yeah, overall politics should just be
The diffuser is
a
no
part
longer
of
in your
someone's
possession.
life. It shouldn't dictate every choice that they make or everything that they talk about or think about. But politics are important to an extent. I think everyone should vote, and anyone that's old enough to vote should be doing it and at least trying to learn about it a little bit and care about it a little bit. But it shouldn't be all you care about, It's just a part of adult life, not all of it. Whoa. Romer and Bar. Kid came out of nowhere. Jesus. These kids just keep popping out at me. I feel like I'm doing terrorist hunt. Who remembers that?
Friendly, last operator standing.
Great. 1v4. Did I get him? There we go, I got him. Pretty low on health. I'm stepping in barbed wire.
We have been eliminated.
Yeah, I killed like 2 kids there, but yeah, I wasn't gonna pull a full clutch. All my teammates were dead. I would have had to be John Wick for that one. Still 3 kids left. Canada is mostly liberal from what I understand. Love that you got free healthcare and legal weed. Terrorist hunt was fun. Yeah, free healthcare and legal weed are 2 pretty big things in Canada that a lot of Americans are jealous of. Obviously the idea of free healthcare in the US or something is definitely more of a left-wing idea, I think. So overall in Canada, I'd say our taxes are higher. And a lot of people advocate for a lot of free stuff from the government. So that's why most Canadians seem more liberal to Americans, I guess. Overall, I wouldn't say that Canada is mostly liberal. It's mostly like very close to 50-50, kind of like the US. We have a bunch of other parties as well.
We need to locate a bomb.
But it's always the Conservative Party and the Liberal Party that are neck and neck. Everything else is just kind of barely anybody supports them, really. Yeah, overall, the average Canadian probably seems more liberal than the average American, just because we have more services and stuff. But we also pay higher taxes, sales tax, you know, income tax. Income tax in Canada is like 50%, which most Americans think is insane. Like literally half the money you make in Canada pretty much goes to the government. It depends on your income amount, but yeah, the more you make, it's the more you get taxed, and that's kind of a really that sort of thing can lead to communism, you know.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
I'd agree that most Canadians are probably like Americans, and that we definitely don't want to become a communist country. And of course, we have socialism, or people that want to become socialist, which is, you know, it's kind of the line between democracy and communism, if you ask me.
You located a bomb.
Moving back.
Why am I stopping? It's a line scan. I can still move on that. I'm getting shot in the back here. Crap, I was surrounded, bro. I was getting shot in the back, but I'm trying to shoot this kid on stairs. Got totally stuck. If I hadn't hesitated on that line scan, I probably could have killed the doc on stairs, because I think he stopped moving to not get scanned, but he was just sitting right there. And then he backed up as soon as I came up. Then I got shot in the back. And whoever was shooting me in the back also had very bad aim, because they shot a lot. It took them a long time to kill me. If you guys had guns, you'd be a pretty ideal country, lol. The race of bear arms has been beaten into my soul. I agree, actually. A lot of Canadians, even conservative Canadians, are kind of against guns, but I'm all for them. To an extent, you know. I know in the US it's kind of crazy, actually. I'd say there's some states in the US that seem like their gun laws are even more strict than Canada. But then there's some states in the US where it's kind of crazy what people can get away with. Overall, I think if someone is able to go through proper training and get a license, then they should be able to buy as many guns as they want. And they should be able to use them for, you know, recreation or home defense. hunting, whatever else you'd use a gun for. Obviously not for murder or domestic terrorism. Yeah, I think if someone's willing to go through the steps and do it properly, they should be able to buy guns of any sort, including assault weapons, which we currently have banned in Canada. I think our last Prime Minister banned all sorts of assault weapons.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
I've actually fired guns, by the way, before. I used to be in Scouts. So it's not that guns are fully illegal here, which a lot of people think, but yeah, the laws are a lot more strict. It's really hard to get, you know, a lot of the cool guns, the cool stuff. Yeah, half is a lot, dude. That's rough. But since you don't gotta pay to go to the hospital, it's cool. Would you say it's good free healthcare? Like worth that 50%? Depends.
10 seconds remaining.
It depends how much the income tax would be lowered if we didn't have free healthcare, you know? I don't go to the hospital often. I mean,
Keep an eye out for op
I
4.
have,
Use your bombs.
I have a grandparent who's in the hospital right now, so the free healthcare for him is definitely necessary, but, yeah, like for me, like I barely go to the hospital, you know? And free healthcare isn't just for the hospital, it's like for family doctor and stuff as well, which usually just seeing them is kind of like a free thing that you do. You still have to pay for like meds and stuff. So like we have, like weed is legal in Canada, but you have to pay for it. You don't get free weed or any sort of like pharmaceutical stuff you have to pay for. But yeah, seeing the doctor or going to the hospital, getting surgery or a you know, a broken limb, that sort of stuff is free. And I think it should be. I think healthcare should be free, but that should be one of the few things that we pay for with taxes. I think there's a lot of other services that maybe shouldn't be free, that people should have to pay for, and that should not be paid for with tax money. But I think free healthcare is one of them. I think the healthcare itself is something that should be paid for with tax money, you know? That makes sense. Okay, I got all these traps down. I don't really know, I was just putting them up randomly. I think when there's not windows and stuff, there's a lot less spots to put up the traps. It's a bit of a weird ranked game so far. Like, just this round, I thought we were really in the lead, but now it's 2v2.
A bomb has been located by op 4.
My teammate's right here. Attackers are probably coming this way. Yeah, one of them is inside. Who knows which way he's gone. They're droning, they're breaching. It's not looking good. There we
Op 4,
go.
last stop standing.
With his body. Ah, got shot in the back. I saw his body, I thought maybe he was another kid, just like prone there or something. Yeah, Maverick was stalking me out. It's up to this Legion, you better clutch. Damn.
Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
Rusty says sorry for being a distraction. No worries. I'm trying to kind of have a balance here between just kind of reading chat or responding to chat and playing. Obviously I kind of stopped talking there when I was just trying to focus, which is fine. I got my kill. That's on my teammate for not getting his and screwing us the round. It's all good though. It's 2-2. I'm sure we can win here. I think mostly everyone seems like a copper in this match. I mean, they have 3 kids on their team with 1 kill, and they got 2 that are kind of performing better. I don't know. We got 1 no kill on our team, but for the most part, things are kind of even out. Hopefully. In my state, you can open carry without worry. In Illinois, guns are super strict, but because of crime, they got a ton of guns. If you ever come to Iowa, hit me up. I'll take his shooting. I got a boatload of guns, lol.
Secure
Really?
bombs.
Just got like a whole like gun collection? That sounds pretty dope. Yeah, I can imagine Iowa just kind of being pretty laid back with that.
Op 4 located a bomb. Protect it.
Yeah, as for guns in Canada, I think it's still legal for you to get at least rifles and shotguns for hunting or just for target shooting. I don't think you're really supposed to have guns in Canada for like home defense. I'm sure you can, and you can use that as a reason, but like I don't think you're really supposed to. I think in Canada, in most cases, it's actually illegal to kill somebody, even if they break into your house. Which I remember telling my dad was telling me about. That sounds kind of crazy to me. I think if someone breaks into your house, you're legally allowed to do whatever you want to them. I think if someone breaks into your house without an invitation, you should be able to kill them. That is the risk they take by breaking into your house. And I know in a lot of states in the U.S., it's like even if they don't even come in the house, just stepping foot on your property, you're allowed to shoot them. So, yeah, I think at least if someone is coming into your house, like the actual building, if they're breaking in, you should be allowed to kill them, especially if they have a weapon or something. If they have a weapon and then they are showing signs of, you know, coming in to be violent, it should be a no-brainer that you can kill them. And people should definitely have guns for that. Crap. This thermite just ran in, bro. I heard him coming, but it was faster than I expected.
Friendly, last operator standing.
Oh, we're getting slammed this round.
Fall back.
All my teammates are dead too.
All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
Someone tried voting for a surrender there, but it got cancelled. Rusty says, yes sir, I do tattoos and people trade me them. Oh really? So you give people free tattoos for guns? That sounds super American, but that sounds pretty sick. Yeah, in Canada you probably wouldn't be able to do anything like that. I think in Canada, for the guns that are legal, you definitely need to get like license for it or a permit. And you'd have to do like a training as well, probably like a multi-week training before you'd be able to buy guns. Handguns, I think handguns are still legal in Canada, but probably even under more like strict rules or whatever. And yeah, any sort of assault style weapons. So even like semi-auto assault rifles are banned now in Canada. You can't even get them unless you work for like military or something. Which kind of sucks. I've actually fired a semi-auto assault rifle before. I think the law in Canada used to be pretty much that it was just full auto wasn't allowed, but semi-auto was. Anything else was. Rusty says I have an AR-15, AK-47, Mini 14, PAC-9, Glock 26, Glock 40, bullpup shotgun, Ruger 357 revolver. I was in the army, so I get my permit to carry easy, and that covers all weapons.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sick.
5 seconds.
I definitely want to own some guns when I'm older, but you know, as a Canadian, I'm not sure what it'll be like by then. If I ever did get guns, I wouldn't, you know, start buying them until I have like a full-time job and I'm making money, obviously, to afford that. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure if that's something I'll actually be able to do or not. It depends. If it's fairly easy for me to get some sort of permit or something, then that's something I'd like to do. I'd like to buy a few guns. It'd be cool. I've always liked kind of the idea of collecting guns or something just for fun. Like target shooting in the backyard. I know that's a part of like laws about it too. In Iowa, it's probably just free to shoot everywhere, right? In Canada, not only is there laws about how you can own guns or how you can buy them, but also where you can shoot them. Like where I live, we live in a more rural than urban neighborhood. But I don't think it would be legal to fire guns in our backyard. Just don't think you'd be able to do it here. Probably get the cops called if you heard gunshots in our neighborhood. Ah, crap, bro.
Operator remaining.
This guy wallbanged.
All
Damn.
friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
Things were going kind of smoothly that game, but that finished up way quicker than I would have liked. Those last 2 rounds sucked. It was not cool. Not cool, man. At least I only lost like 18 RP. How much was I making? Because we won twice in a row. I don't know, I pretty much went up a full rank. I only lost 18, because that's fine. It's tolerable. It's 7:30 now. Reputation bonus drop. Hey, they're finally giving out rewards now for reputation. I know they said they were going to start doing this. I think they finally started. I'm finally getting rewards for reputation. Does this mean my reputation standing went up? I hope so. They're calling me a positive member of Siege. Thanks, Ubisoft. Go to boosters, sure. So they gave me a free 3-day. Wait, which one did I get for free? Was it the 3-day renown booster or the 3-day battle point? I'm not even sure. 3-day battle point boosters used to only be given out for the premium battle pass, because for the free one, obviously, it doesn't matter as much. 3-day renown is cool. I still have 16 1-day renown boosters. Well, that's cool that we got a free 3-day. I don't remember if it was renown or battle point, but we got something. Win-loss went back down. KD's just sitting at 0.8 for now, which I'm fine with. It's not too low. Okay, so my reputation standing is still respectable. I would need to get 75 blue points, whatever they're calling those, for what rank is it? What's the next one? Respectable is the main rank. If you look at this graph they've given us, the kind of the space where you can be respectable is huge. You can be down 75 points, or down 74, I guess, or up 74. So basically a 150 point range, you're in respectable. Then if you hit 75 or negative 75, you get one of the two that are on the sides. And then 25 more past that, you get to the highest or the lowest rank. It seems like there's such a big space for respectable. Why don't they move the other two ranks to 50 instead of 75? It's like Ubisoft kind of screwed up on their own math on this, but obviously they've done it on purpose. I'm not really sure why. Because yeah, this goes by like matches played and I don't even know. Overall, I'd say that my behavior in this game is top notch. I never do any sort of trolling or screwing around anymore. But like, I just don't play the game enough to actually get to the higher reputation standings, which is how it works. And a lot of people complained about that's how this would be, and that's how it is currently. The reputation system is not really about how you're playing the game, it's about how much you play the game, which is not how it should be. Reputation should not be based on how much you're playing the game. So it's like only if you're playing this game a ton can you get to the high ranks. That seems kind of unfair. So Ubisoft is going to need to work on that, in my opinion. Otherwise, the system is a fluke. You know, most people already hate it. So if they want people's opinion on this to change, they're going to need to step it up. Anyways, it's cool that I got a reward still somehow, even though I'm in respectable. They've given me a free booster, so maybe we'll use that at some point. Anyways, I'm not going to do another game tonight because it's quite late now. I will read through chat one last time before we go. I also got like 2 more levels here, so we can get like a free alpha pack. I guess we'll start going this way. Oh, I clicked on this by accident. So I already have that tier, so yeah, we can get this alpha pack for free, and then we can get this one. So I don't know why all the free packs aren't celebration packs. Also, the look of the premium celebration packs is different from the free ones. I don't know if what you can get in the packs is actually different. But they also have like a few alpha packs that are just free, and I don't know why. If the celebration packs are just supposed to be overall better, why do we still have regular alpha packs too? And like, there's a lot more celebration packs than alpha packs. It's just like they threw some alpha packs in there for people that prefer them, which I obviously don't. I don't think I've ever spent like 5,000 renown on a single alpha pack. It's just not worth it. You always get crap from them. They always have the worst loot that you can get. Anyways, let's open this free alpha pack, see what we got. It's a rare. Collision point for Rook. Guess that's not terrible. Is Collision Point the current season? Because this is like a yellow camo, and then with white and black over top. This seems like kind of Aurora's color scheme. No, this is prep phase. When was Collision Point? Was that like when RAM came out? Okay, so this is currently Year 10 Season 1. Year 10 Season 2 is starting soon, in about a month. So this season is prep phase with Aurora. Last season was Collision Point, I think. So Year 9 Season 4, that was Blackbeard's rework. I'm pretty sure that was Collision Point. Or maybe not. Year 9 Season 3 was when Scopos came out. Do not remember the name of that season. Before that is when Sentry and Striker came out, which is our recruit rework, basically. I don't remember the name of that season either. Year 9 Season 1, so a year ago is when Deimos came out. That season? I couldn't tell you what that season was called either, to be honest. RAM came out, I think, the season before that. Like Year 8 Season 4. I'm pretty sure Collision Point is like when Blackbeard got his rework, which was last season. I think. Not positive. Rusty said, are jobs hard to get in Canada? It depends what kind of job. Overall, I would say that jobs aren't any harder or easier to get in comparison to the US or other countries. But yeah, I guess it depends. I think like easier jobs per se, like, you know, minimum wage work, I'd say is pretty easy to get in Canada. I think it's pretty easy to, you know, get hired at McDonald's or Tim Hortons or something. As for the bigger jobs, obviously you want to go to college or university for. I think if you've done college or university and you've done the right studying for it, then I'd say it should be easy enough to get. I think it's kind of possible in Canada to get into higher tier jobs without actually going to college or university for them. But that might be harder, you know, like I think it's possible, it'd just be harder. My dad went to college, but where he works currently, most people would have needed to go to university to have the job that he has. But he didn't do university, he just did college, and he was good enough at his job that he got hired as without having to go to university. So long as you're outside of city limits, you're good. Were you talking about firing guns in Iowa? As long as you're out of a city? Yeah, where I live in Canada, this would be considered a suburban neighborhood, but it's more rural than urban, if that makes sense. the town that I live in would be considered a rural town, but we're right next to a much larger town that would be considered an urban town. It's probably more considered a city now because of its population. And I also live within the GTA, which in Canada we call the Greater Toronto Area, which I'd say most people that live in Canada live within the GTA, which is in Ontario, the most populated province. And everyone in the US knows Toronto. Toronto is a huge city, which we have in Canada. Most Canadians live near Toronto. So for me, Toronto is like an hour away, but that to Canadians, that means pretty close to Toronto, because Canada in size is very large. I know in the UK, being an hour away from a city means you live nowhere near it, but in Canada, being an hour away from a city means that's like your local city. Rusty says you are correct. I'm esteemed reputation. Yeah, that's what they call it. So esteemed would be above respectable, but I don't know why it looks like it's so easy to get to exemplary from esteemed, but it's so difficult to get to esteemed from respectable. That seems pretty crazy to me. So esteemed should be back 25 points. It should be 50 points to get to esteemed and then 100 to get respectable. Negative 50 to get disruptive, and then negative 100 to get dishonorable. I think they have that as the lowest you can have. So yeah, it's a bit weird how they do the 75 point things. It's just that their scaling is just blatantly off. I don't know why. Celebration brings back old Siege event items and stuff the Alpha and Bravo don't have. Yeah, I heard that celebration packs include anything from old events, or I'm not sure. They might include things that older Bravo packs had, so not current ones, but like previous Bravo collections. Because I'm pretty sure they would always change the Bravo collection every year. So every year the pool of Bravo pack items would change. So for 4 seasons, those Bravo packs would be giving the same things, and then they would change the pool. So I think celebration packs have old Bravo stuff as well as anything from previous events. And yeah, they don't have Alpha pack stuff, and Alpha packs don't have celebration pack stuff. Are your strip clubs like whorehouses? I've heard about that. I wouldn't know, because I've never been to a strip club or a whorehouse. But what I do know, or what I have heard, is that prostitution in Canada is legal as long as it's through, I don't know what word to use. If the prostitute is like selling themselves, that's allowed. But you're not allowed to advertise it, so street walking is illegal. Pimping is illegal, and brothels are illegal. Which, brothel is the old school term for a whorehouse. So the idea of a building where you go to be with a prostitute, that's illegal in Canada. Same with a pimp, someone else selling prostitutes. But I'm pretty sure in Canada, if you just like say to somebody like hey, like I'll have sex for this amount of money or whatever, I think that's illegal. Like I think as long as you're not advertising it and as long as you're doing it yourself, I think it's fully legal in Canada. And I mean, that's not a business that I indulge in, but you know, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that to the extent that Canada allows it, I think that's fine. You know, with those certain limitations in place so that things don't get bad. I think for the most part, prostitution is not any more of an issue in Canada than it is in the US or any other countries. I know in Europe they have countries where just like full on like brothels are allowed, so I know in the US brothels are allowed too, specifically in Nevada, but not Las Vegas, which is really weird. So not Las Vegas, but the state of Nevada outside of Las Vegas, you're allowed to have prostitutes apparently, and they have brothels. It's kind of cool. Rusty says you gotta live life, my man. Maybe. Maybe someday. We'll see. Anyways, yeah, I guess that's it for tonight. It was nice having some slightly political talk, Rusty. Also just talk about differences between Canada and the US. It's always something I kind of enjoy talking about. I know most of my viewers are American, obviously. And yeah, I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna like go to sleep, even though I slept for 16 hours last night or yesterday. And then I also took a nap today. I'm still kind of exhausted. So yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Like I was saying earlier, I try to stream every night, so tomorrow night I should be streaming Doom Eternal. And we should be doing Siege again next Friday. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight, and that is it. I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.